again, we're not scary.
Say it loud, say it loud, say it loud.
Believe me, you can tell. I've seen you before. You can
Oh, and then I'm really supposed to be out of the room and
Yeah.
walk in.
Good.
You can hide under the table and walk in.
How about I'll just pretend that I'm coming out of the door over here? How about that? Or I could step outside. Okay. All right, well, if I'm not here.
All rise. Here you go. Superior County is now in session. The Honorable Judge presiding. God save the state and honorable judge.
Okay, do I say something? I
Yeah,
just
you
sit.
sit.
You may sit. You may be seated. Park it. No. All right. Then what? Prosecution starts? Yes.
Hopefully we'll have this one.
Okay.
Wait, who's the end of the plea?
You say we want to. I don't
Plead
think
guilty?
I
I mean,
you say like we want to prove we
What did
want
you say?
her to not be proven
Not plead
guilty.
guilty. Not guilty murder.
So that's what's said first?
Well, that and.
No, because she's pleading not guilty of anything, not even with offense.
Ever talked to you again.
And the thing is, so she's pleading not guilty with anything. So not just murder.
All right, can I have your thing? So the very first thing that happens is you. Yes. Well, after you. You. So then when does she do that?
She probably, she said she can probably.
Look on page
just-
31.
You
Thank
can
you.
just stand up, I think, and say, the defendant pleads not guilty, I think.
Doesn't like the judge say, what is the defendant pleading or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, and don't count on me to know the part, because
I don't know.
what it is.
Yeah, so the judge will ask defendant to enter plea.
Oh,
Has anyone ever pleaded guilty?
What page are you on?
she sent
Oh.
it.
Yes.
I don't have 31.
Well, there's one page, isn't it? Yeah, 68. Yeah, 68.
She said the question is done in the credit period.
I don't have that either. Why don't I have that?
Why are all the outlets upside down?
Or,
Oh,
oh,
no, you know, this
They're all
is
upside
really-
down.
what is?
I'm looking for those pages and they're not here.
Oh, that's, they are all upside down.
30 something. 31.
That's weird.
Oh, we can
Okay.
see you.
Do you have, Becky, do you have your order stuff?
Yes.
Because for some reason I don't.
I have.
Okay.
Oh, I copies I was supposed to make, I haven't made them yet, but I do have it in here.
I have a printer at home, I can make copies.
I don't understand why those pages are missing.
Here, I can.
Well, I
do
can-
one, but if I have two, then.
Yeah, I think I have something too.
Yeah, I pushed the bench.
Order of trial, yes, I've seen this, where is it?
It's the very front, I think. It's like pretty close to the front.
And maybe it's the one that I have tabbed.
Oh, that's why. It's on the back of the team roster page,
Oh, okay.
which I took
Yeah.
out.
Okay, page 31.
Copy.
I do have it tabbed.
All right, so there would be a coin toss before the bailiff
Do you
does
want
her
to see it?
thing.
Well, we're not gonna do that because it'd be, if our prosecution goes first or their prosecution goes first.
I know, but I'm just saying for Thursday,
Yeah.
just so we know.
Oh, we don't have a choice in who goes when, right?
Nope.
Okay, that's okay.
I
Yeah.
wanna go.
Okay, so our bailiff has opened, I don't have any opening remarks, because I'm not really the judge. Then it's plea.
You pop up like a
Defendant pleads not guilty of murder.
Okay? Pre-trial motions,
Mr. Busey.
there will be none. It says there will be none, why
we just say there aren't any.
Okay. Opening statements. So you'd probably remain seated, right? Until after she's done her plea.
Yeah, but her was like 2 seconds.
I know, but I'm just trying to give you a feel for Thursday.
We should do it like a few times.
I agree. Okay. Okay, so you want to do your thing again? Oh, yeah, let's just
Do
do
your
it.
thing, actually.
Do your thing. And so then I'm pretending to not be here because the judge then walks in, right?
Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
All rise. The Superior Court of Perry County and Town Sessions, the Honorable Judge, presiding, God save the state and Honorable Court.
Well, there's like a gate judge too, so. Please be seated.
Okay, so I'm assuming, I don't know when the coin toss really happens.
It's the first.
Before that even happens. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
so, okay, so I have no opening remarks. Now, please.
Your Honor, the defendant Barbara Barrett pleads not guilty of murder.
Still, are you sure?
You
Okay.
probably shouldn't, should you say not guilty of murder?
Yeah, because that's the plea.
Because I thought it was like, we're trying to prove murder, but she's trying to plead not guilty of like anything.
No.
No, she's trying to, well, it says right at the beginning what she's,
We're not,
what the,
we're just trying to,
yeah.
she's not guilty of murder. We're not, like, doing anything.
Or questions.
I think you're right.
But
I think your plea is just not guilty. Page 101.
I'm not messy, attorney.
No. That's just please, not guilty.
No, then it's not guilty. But the offense is murder, so I think it's fine for her to say not guilty of murder.
Yeah.
If you look up at the top, where it says,
Well, if you
Oh,
look at the back for
absolutely.
the jurors thing, where it says Barbara Barrett pleads not guilty. They're like the very back where you read it in class. So I took that out.
And what are the judge's opening remarks? Like, will the judge say that this person is on trial for murder?
yeah, possibly, because that is the offense, murder.
So then I guess you can play it by ear, you'll pay attention.
Yeah.
If the judge says something like that, then you wouldn't necessarily have to say not guilty of murder. So if he kind of lays it out for you, then you can just say that
Or
your
she
plea
could
is not
re-
guilty.
Yeah, she could repeat what the judge says, just to reiterate it.
Okay. Okay, so, she's done her plea, so, two. And that's the thing, you know, will the judge like tell them, will ask them?
I don't know.
Did you watch videos of it?
No,
I
did.
watched videos of mock trial and you. I didn't enter.
You know, like at this point, does the judge invite you to come up and give your opening statement, so you
Oh,
just?
he said, okay, so I watched this one and he was like, is there any opening statements? And prosecution
Always goes first. Okay, great. So,
Okay.
At least that's what I saw when I watched
okay.
the news. If that makes sense, that he would say.
He would say something, yes,
Yeah.
okay.
May it please the court, Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Sophia Carey, and this is my co-counsel, Aviana Holst. On December 18th, 1988, John Walker Barrett was shot 5 times and killed in his own home. The issue in this case today is the premeditated murder of the late John Walker Barrett by his wife, Barbara Allen Barrett. Evidence will show that Mr. Barrett was murdered by Mrs. Barrett through witnesses and documentary proof. Joe May will be called as the medical examiner who performed the autopsy on the body of the late Mr. Barrett. Lee Porter will be called as the Barrett's housekeeper and was present during the time of the incident. C.M. Chaney will be called as the police officer who responded to the alert of this shooting. 16-3-10 South Carolina Code Murder Defined states that murder is a killing of another person with malice aforethought, either expressed or implied. Elements of evidence included today are: witness Joe May, coroner, has proof of 4 shots to the back of Mr. Barrett and a 5th to the front. Witness Lee Porter, housekeeper, saw and heard Mrs. Barrett following Mr. Barrett with a gun minutes prior to his death. Witness C.M. Chaney, police officer, heard the first confession from Mrs. Barrett that she was not threatened in any way by Mr. Barrett before he was shot. This fulfills the burden of proof beyond reasonable doubt. The state brings a charge of premeditated murder with malice aforethought against the defendant. The state wishes Mrs. Barrett to be prosecuted within the full extent of the law.
Very nice. Good.
And then you would be invited up.
May it please the court, your honorable ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name is Rachel Bochi and this is my co-counsel Olivia Dye. This case concerns an abused and married wife. Miss Barrett suffered for 10 years in an abusive marriage. The numerous attempts to make amends with her husband all ended in abusive cycles. On the night of December 18, 1988, Mr. Barrett came home late. After all had been together, he intended to leave his wife. After arguing over dinner, he became abusive and attempted to kill her with his belt. Miss Barrett recognized this as the start of a dying cycle and fleeing for life, defended herself. She saw her husband as he truly was, an angry, mean, determined killer. Today we intend to prove that Miss Barrett was simply an abused woman defending herself from an angry man. The evidence will show she was attacked by her husband and defended herself out of fear of losing her own life. We will call 2 witnesses, expert witness David McGuire and the defendant, Robert Barrett. Our first witness is psychologist David McGuire. She specializes in dealing with abused and battered women like Robert Barrett. After interviewing her several times, Ms. McGuire recognizes the psychological demons Mr. Barrett caused his wife. Our second witness is Robert Barrett. She is a stay-at-home mom to 2 children. Due to 10 years of marriage to Mr. Barrett, she was severely abused by her husband. She tried to amend their relationship and saw how both totally was involved. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Ms. Barrett simply defended herself. We ask the court to find her not guilty of murder. It was simply a tragic end to a tragic marriage.
Good, really good. Okay. So then, prosecution, you'd be calling your first witness, yes?
Where does it say? Okay, so you guys talked about yesterday where he said he was talking about like probably this happened and that happened. Where is that? Is it in the incident report or was witnessing it? Because I can't find it in the incident report.
This is the incident report on the details of the events on page 86 at the very bottom.
In the last paragraph about midway, you mean, oh, no, this is about the actor finding, apparently the actor found a letter the deceased had written to his farmer and confronted the deceased with it. That one?
Oh yeah, here it is. See, I would say that would be okay because he said the exact details, but the following was found after talking to the reportee and
He
viewing
says
the
the
physical
exact
evidence.
details of the event are unknown.
But the following was found after talking to the reporting and viewing the physical evidence at the scene. Prosecution would like to call the first prosecution witness, Dr. Joe May, to the stand.
Do you affirm evidence you shall give to the court and jury in this trial shall be the truth, the truth, and nothing but the truth?
How many gunshot wounds are there?
5.
Oops. Let me read this. Sorry. What are your qualifications? I have a medical doctor and a pathologist. How many gunshot wounds are there? 5. What is the cause of death? Bullet wound to the back. In what position was the body when this fatal shot was fired? Face down. Was the gun in close proximity when any of the shots were fired? There were no powder marks, which means that the gun had to have been more than 2 feet away. No further questions, Your Honor. In which leg was there a shot fired? The right leg. No further questions.
All right, you're dismissed. Scoochie, scoochie.
Next will be reported. I don't have good questions, so I'm just gonna do signature.
Okay.
Reporter in here anyway, so.
What was Lee Porter time?
No.
Oh, Aviana or Lee Porter?
No.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. That's what my last text was about, with that little emoji place.
Oh, I was just thinking it was Aviana. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were part of that. Oh, she told me outside of the group, didn't she? But, sorry, go on.
Maybe I missed that.
The prosecution would like to call the third prosecution witness, Sam Cheney, to the stand.
Raise your right hand. You affirm that the evidence you shall give to the court and jury in this trial should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth.
Yes.
Oh, good. How long have you worked for the police force?
7 years.
Do you have any experience with homicides?
Yes.
I'm trying to find my next question. Oh yeah. When did you, or tell us about what happened on the night of December 1988?
I was patrolling the Glen Haven area when I received a dispatch that there was a homicide at the Glen Haven area. When I arrived, Lee Porter was waiting. When I came inside, I saw blood on one of the couches leading into the dining room, and the body on the floor between the dining room and the kitchen. I found Lee Porter in a bathroom. She locked herself in and wouldn't come out until I threatened to break down the door.
Was it the dining room in the living room or was it the dining room in the kitchen?
Dining room or living room?
Dining room in the living room.
And when she came out, she fell unconscious. CM Shane. No, wait. Wait a minute. Barbara Barrett. Barbara Barrett had locked herself in the bathroom and wouldn't come out until I threatened to break down the door. When she came out, she fell unconscious.
When did you have her statement taken?
About 30 minutes after arriving at the police station.
Did you read the defendant the Miranda warnings?
I believe I did. I make a habit of it.
Did you force, threaten, and coerce the defendant into giving you a statement and trying to
No,
sign your confession?
no, I didn't. She signed it her own free will and indicated it was all true and correct.
That takes up another question right here.